because of the pandemic and everything, but we finally get to see it all happening. That's going to be happening April 6th to April 11th. And anyway, my name is Illustrato, going to be your host today, and we're going to have a few special guests coming on here onto the stream to be talking about what is going on in the Predator League this coming year, this coming next few days. And we're going to be starting off with something very special from one of the people that have pioneered this industry and who have really changed the face of the esports scene locally here. So I'm going to not delay too long because I do want to get right down into the meat of it. So I'm going to already introduce our very special speaker, of course, Mr. Manuel Ong. You're going to welcome him to the stage, and he's going to have a chat with us and give a message to everybody here who is tuning in today. So if we can get Mr. Manuel Ong here, that would be great. Oh. Is he?
Welcome to Predator League 2020 Philippine Fight.
The Predator Shield is up for grabs, and not just only for PUBG, but for Dota 2 as well. And so many teams vying for this very important title all across the Asia-Pacific region. But to tell us a little bit more about that, we have someone very special to come in and talk about it, none other than the managing director of Predator Philippines himself, Mr. Manuel Ong, has got the lowdown for us. If we can bring him on the stage. Welcome, Mr. Wong.
Hello, good afternoon.
Oh, hello, good afternoon. Sorry, I think you were muted for a second. Sorry, Mr. Wong, welcome to the stream.
Thank you for the introduction, yeah. And to my dear friends in the press, thank you for joining us today. I have been quite some time, and we haven't met each other face to face. I miss you a lot. Hopefully, we can see each other soon. Today is our formal announcement about this year's Predator League 2021. It had been a long delayed one, as Jen said. Supposedly, it was scheduled last year. And the first 2018, the first Predator League was in Thailand, and then last year in Indonesia. And Philippines, we are proud to have the right to host this event last year, supposedly, but because of the pandemic, we have to postpone it. But currently, the situation, but particularly last 2 weeks, the situation in Philippines is not good. But actually, we have made decision early this year in order for safety of the audience and most importantly, all the playing team. We will host it in virtual tournament or competition.
Afternoon. Thank you, Gian. I just want to make sure that you can all hear me now. All good? Okay. So we are finally doing this. No, first of all, I'd also like to thank all our media friends for being with us here today, this afternoon. I agree with Mr. Wong. I also miss seeing all of you, know, in face-to-face live PressCon events. But of course, we couldn't do that. And nonetheless, we'd like to thank you for joining us. And we can see a good thing that there's a chat function here and that we can see your comments, no? So hello to everyone. Now, the most awaited APAC Predator League Grand Final is happening on April 6 to 11, and it's joined by 17 regions now in Asia Pacific with 46 teams battling for Dota 2, as you can see here, and the PUBG game title. So, a total of $400,000 prize pool will be given to the winners. And on top of that, we'll also, of course, no, give the most coveted APAC Predator League Shield. No, that is currently, I think, with the 2019 champion. And of course, apart from those prizes, we're also going to give away Acer Predator products, no, to the winners of the league. With that, I'd like to also welcome our Philippine representatives now who are with us today. For Dota 2, we have three teams. Of course, I'm sure that these teams will make Philippines proud. No, we have, of course, our own very own TNC Predator. We have Neon Esports and Reckoning Esports. While for PUBG, we also have three teams representing the Philippines. So we have Archangel, we have Trouble Maku, and Gamers Lounge. So I'm sure later you're all excited to see them as well, no, and get to ask questions, no, for the Q&A portion. Now, what's more exciting is that Predator has prepared something special, no, for the fans and the gaming community, which ultimately to make the Predator products more accessible to all aspiring gamers out there. Gian mentioned that Predator has been the number one brand of gaming products in the Philippines since 2019. And with that, we really want to give back, no, to all our community. After all, our fans and the community have waited more than a year now for this league to happen. So I'm very proud to share that for a short period only, from March 24 to April 18, we are offering up to 40,000 peso off. No, that means discount on Predator products, starting with a range of Predator Helios and Triton laptops, which you can see here. Now there's a list of those SKUs that are participating, as well as Predator Orion desktops, and finally Predator gaming monitors as well. So ako personally, I can attest that this is by far the most generous offer, no, that we have launched for our consumers. No,
Them. The first team that we're going to introduce is the stuff of legends. One of the, honestly, probably the best teams that has ever come out of the Philippines, historically speaking, not just in Dota 2, but with any title for esports ever. So a very, very, I'm very, very excited to be hearing from them. They have several championships under their belt, such as the major champion of the MDL Chengdu Major, the 2019 ESL 1 Hamburg Championship, and they also have the two-time WestG World Championship as well. And we're going to be speaking to someone very special, none other than the team manager of TNC Predator. We have Mr. RJ Domdom. You over here?
Hi, Gian.
Hey, welcome to the stream. So he's going to be the first guest. So excited to have you here. And I can see people are trading in the background. I hope you're feeling all right.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. So again, thank you, welcome, and again, so excited. Big fan of you guys ever since the start of your team. But I do have to introduce some of the other teams now. Let's move on to the second team that we're going to be introducing. Also, another Dota 2 team. Of course, we are quite familiar with them as well, making marks and making their name in the SEA scene as well. Neon Esports from BGC Taguig. Here with us now is the CEO, Robert Campbell, and of course, the team manager, Carl Talungan.
Hey.
Hey, welcome guys to the stream. So glad that you guys are here. We'll just wanted to introduce you guys, but we'll get to the questions and a little bit more about your team a little bit later on. But again, thank you. We do have to move on to our next team. Of course, we're going to be speaking with none other than Clarice Clo Santa Ana, who is the coach and manager of Reckoning Esports, who is key in helping the roster to stick together through trying times of 2020. Miss there you go.
Hi.
Hey,
Hi.
hey, welcome to the stream. Thank you again for joining us. And these are our competitors of the Philippines in the Dota 2 scene. So, again, thank you guys for joining us so much. I'm so glad to be able to see you. Big fan, honestly. No cap. And I got to move on to talk about the PUBG teams as well. So, a lot of these teams quite close to my heart because I, as a commentator, as a caster, very familiar with these PUBG teams. Excited to see them here right now. Let's talk about the first PUBG team that we have coming up on stage today with us. Now, they're a three-time PUBG Continental PH representative and the first Philippine team to qualify for the PUBG Global Series in Berlin, which is a big deal here. And of course, this is the team Archangel Predator. Joining us is going to be Coach Josh Santos, who honestly I'm so happy to see a familiar face with here again. Josh S.
Hi, Sir GM.
Hello, hi, nice to see you again. And again, such a big fan. Looking forward to seeing what you guys have got. But let's go ahead and introduce the rest of the teams right now. Oh, I'm sorry. We're going to be. That's it for now. But we will be hearing for the team. So to start off the panel discussion, we do have a few quick questions that we do want to ask you guys. Not just for the PUBG and also for the Dota 2, just for everybody who's here on this panel. I'd like to give you a big welcome, and we're starting off the round robin on discussions on questions here. So I'm going to open it up. I'm going to open the floor to you guys, and I'm going to start going in order. We'll start with TNC first, and then we'll just go in order. But I'm going to be asking a couple of questions. So the first one would be, how are you guys feeling coming into the Predator League 2020-2021 Grand Final? Are you feeling confident? Are you feeling nervous? I know this has been a long time coming, and I know that we've been waiting for this tournament for a while. So how does it feel to finally be here?
We feel very excited, motivated, and I would say confident, considering that this will be our first official tournament. After acquiring two new Filipino players and Bumi. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, definitely excited because I know a lot of fans have been waiting. It's been a while since we saw TNC Predator play last in the Dota 2 tournament. And, honestly, me and a lot of other fans have been waiting for this opportunity to see what TNC exactly has got. So